Picture this. You've checked in early, you've followed every rule, and you've done everything right. Yet somehow, your seat gets downgraded, your flight feels more expensive than it should, and you leave the airport wondering, how do airlines keep pulling this off? Well, the truth is, they've mastered the art of invisible influence. Every gate sign, every boarding group, even the way they phrase their announcements. It's all part of a carefully designed system meant to make you spend a little more, wait a little longer, and accept a little less. And unless you know how these tricks work, you'll fall for them every single time. So today I'm exposing 15 airport secrets airlines use to trick passengers, including a few updates for 2025 that even seasoned travelers miss. If you've been flying for years or you're a senior traveler trying to make each trip smoother, this video is going to change the way you see the airport forever. Because by the end, you won't just understand their system, you'll know how to quietly flip it in your favor. Secret number 1, the boarding group illusion. You know that feeling when you hear, "Now boarding group 1," and suddenly everyone rushes to the gate? That's not an accident. Airlines intentionally use boarding group language to trigger urgency, even though your assigned seat isn't going anywhere. Most travelers, especially seniors, assume boarding early means a better spot or faster service. But here's the truth. Unless you need extra assistance or overhead bin space, boarding early just means more time sitting in a cramped cabin. Hidden benefit, board last, and you'll often get empty rows or automatic upgrades from gate agents reassigning open seats. Insider hack. Wait near the counter until final boarding. If you notice an open seat up front, simply say, "I noticed a few open seats while boarding. Are any of those available before the doors close?" You'd be surprised how often that works. Secret number 2, the seat map shuffle. You've seen it. You go to select your seat online and half the map looks sold out. Rows are grayed out, prices are higher, and it feels like you've already missed your chance. But here's the secret. Many of those seats aren't actually booked. Airlines block them temporarily to influence seat purchases and hold space for elite or last-minute travelers. Hidden reason, it's psychological pressure. When you think only a few seats are left, you're more likely to pay for one. Action step, check again 24 hours before your flight. When airlines release held seats, you can often grab a premium spot for free that was unavailable the day before. Key phrase to remember, are there any standard seats that just opened up before check-in? It's simple, polite, and it works. Secret number 3, the assistance label advantage. If you're over 65 or have mobility challenges, this one's for you. Airlines quietly offer courtesy assistance tags, small notes on your booking that unlock faster boarding, personalized gate help, and even upgraded seating priority. The trick? They rarely advertise it, because once more passengers start requesting it, it slows their system down. To activate it, call your airline's special assistance desk, not the main line, and ask for a courtesy mobility tag to be added to your reservation. Hidden benefit. It doesn't label you as disabled. It simply signals staff to provide extra time and attention during boarding. And it often means pre-boarding without paying for priority access. Key takeaway phrase. Can you please note my reservation for courtesy boarding assistance? You'll be amazed how quickly things smooth out after that. Secret number 4, the check-in countdown trap. You've seen the emails. Check in now before seats run out. But here's what really happens when you rush. When you check in early online, airlines lock in your current fare and seat and remove your chance of benefiting from last-minute seat releases or upgrades. Insider scoop, high-status travelers often wait until check-in opens to pounce on freed-up premium seats. Action step, wait until the 24-hour mark to check in. Not earlier. That's when the best inventory reshuffles. And if you're at the airport, ask, have any complimentary upgrades opened up today? You'd be shocked how often they say yes, especially if you're polite and early. Secret number 5, the wheelchair priority loophole. This one's controversial because it's often abused. Airlines must prioritize passengers using wheelchairs for pre-boarding, and rightfully so. But here's the hidden secret. Some travelers request wheelchair service not for mobility needs, but for smoother airport flow. They get direct escort through security, skip long lines, and board early. Now, I'm not suggesting you fake a disability. That's unethical and unfair. But for seniors or anyone with legitimate fatigue, joint pain, or anxiety, it's completely valid to request this service. Hidden benefit: dedicated staff will escort you through the airport, help with bags, and ensure you're seated before the rush. The phrase to use is, "I'd like to request wheelchair assistance from curb to gate." It's your right, and airlines are required by law to provide it free of charge. Secret number 6, the carry-on cage trick. Ever notice that metal luggage sizer by the gate? It's mostly for show. Airlines know most passengers won't risk confrontation, so they quietly enforce it selectively. Often, if your bag looks small enough, you'll walk right through. Hidden reason: they want to speed up boarding while still scaring some people into paying for baggage. Action step: always carry your bag by the handle instead of wheeling it past the gate agent. It looks smaller, and you'll almost never be stopped. Insider hack: if challenged, say, "It fits in the overhead on my last flight with the same airline. Can I try it before checking it?" That polite confidence usually gets you through. Secret number 7, the silent downgrade. This one stings. Sometimes you'll book a premium seat, aisle, front section, or even extra legroom, and notice it quietly changes after check-in. No alert, no refund, just reassigned. Why? Operational reshuffles. When airlines swap aircraft or consolidate flights, they move passengers automatically. And many never notice. Action step: always recheck your seat assignment after gate announcement. If it changed, calmly go to the desk and say, "My seat seems to have been moved during the aircraft change. Could you please restore my original selection?" They'll often fix it on the spot or upgrade you to something equivalent. Secret number 8, the baggage reweigh game. You know how they sometimes make you move items from one bag to another? Here's the twist. Scales aren't always calibrated evenly across the airport. Sometimes the check-in scale reads heavier than the service counter scale just 10 feet away. Hidden benefit: if your bag is slightly overweight, calmly say, "Could we please recheck the weight at a different counter? This one seems off." Half the time, you'll magically lose a pound or two. And avoid a $100 fee. Frequent flyers know this. Seniors deserve to too. Secret number 9, the early boarding mirage. Ever been offered priority boarding for $39? Here's the real story. Those early groups don't board into a better experience. They board into a slower line and spend longer sitting in a packed cabin. Insider reason: it's a profit booster disguised as convenience. The earlier you board, the more you feel like a VIP, but you're actually paying for the privilege of waiting longer. Hidden benefit: instead, check in normally and hover near the gate until final call. You'll breeze on without the crowd and often get staff attention if a seat opens up. Key takeaway phrase: are there any aisle seats open now that boarding's nearly complete? That timing trick alone has earned travelers free upgrades for years. Secret number 10, the involuntary bump bonus. Most people dread being bumped from a flight, but frequent flyers know it can be a goldmine. If you're flexible, volunteer early when flights are oversold. Airlines are required to offer compensation, and in 2025, U.S. Department of Transportation rules now allow cash payments up to 400% of your ticket value, often $800 to $1,200. Action step: at the gate say, "If you need volunteers, I'm open to being rebooked. Could you note that?" You'll be first in line for compensation, plus likely rebooked in premium economy or business class. Seniors especially benefit here. Rebooked flights often include hotel stays or upgraded comfort. Secret number 11, the silent meal switch. Ever order a meal on board and wonder why it's sold out before reaching your row? That's because airlines stock based on probability, not passengers. But here's the twist. They always carry a few special requested meals like low sodium, vegetarian, or diabetic options for medical or senior travelers. Insider hack. When booking, select one of these special meals. It ensures your food is loaded specifically for you. Hidden benefit. You'll be served earlier, and the food is often fresher than standard options. Key takeaway phrase. Can I please request a special meal option for my next flight? You don't need a medical reason, you just need to ask. Secret number 12, the lounge access loophole. Most people think lounges are only for first-class passengers. Not true. Many credit cards, senior travel programs, or even day passes can unlock access. But here's the trick. Lounges often allow complimentary entry during delays or long layovers, even without status. Action step. Politely ask the lounge agent, "My flight's been delayed. Are you offering courtesy entry for affected passengers?" You'd be surprised how often they say yes. It's part policy, part goodwill, and it turns a stressful wait into calm comfort. Secret number 13, the gate change gambit. Ever notice how gate changes are announced late, often after passengers have already started lining up? That's strategic. By delaying the announcement, airlines reduce the number of people who crowd early at the next gate, saving time and staff resources. Hidden benefit, use it to your advantage. When you hear standby or final call confusion, stay alert. Late gate changes often mean open seats, empty rows, or underbooked cabins. Head there fast and say, "Hi, I saw this flight just moved gates. Are there any last-minute seat openings?" That timing often scores the quietest flights. Secret number 14, the refund window they don't mention. If you ever book a flight and find a lower fare within 24 hours, or realize you made a mistake, you can cancel for a full refund, no penalties. Most passengers don't know this, and airlines aren't rushing to remind you. This rule applies to all U.S. airlines and many international carriers. Action step, use it strategically. Book when prices seem high and recheck within 24 hours. If fares drop, cancel and rebook at the lower rate. Key phrase, "I booked less than 24 hours ago. I'd like to cancel for a full refund under DOT rules." That one sentence can save hundreds. Secret number 15, the assumed compliance effect. This is the biggest one, and the one airlines quietly depend on. Most travelers simply accept what they're told at the counter or gate, assuming it's policy. But here's the truth. Many policies are guidelines, not laws. Whether it's seat reassignment, baggage fees, or flight changes, polite persistence almost always wins. Hidden benefit. When you question something calmly and confidently, staff often override the system in your favor because you're one of the few who ask. So the next time something feels unfair, try this phrase. "Could you please check if there's any flexibility with that policy?" 9 words that open more doors than most people realize. And if learning about these hidden systems makes you feel both shocked and empowered, that's exactly the point. Because every traveler deserves to understand how the game works. So if you love uncovering the travel tricks airlines quietly use, make sure you're subscribed to BoardiFly, the channel built for travelers who want to fly smarter, not just cheaper. Conclusion. The next time you walk through an airport, look closer. The signs, the timing, the upgrades, none of it's random. It's all designed to guide your behavior. But once you see it, you can finally make the system work for you. Whether you're a seasoned frequent flyer or a senior traveler who values comfort over chaos, remember this. Convenience is not the same as fairness. Ask questions, stay calm, and never forget, airlines only win when you stay passive. So here's your master key phrase for today. Don't assume, confirm. It's simple, it's polite, and it quietly puts you back in control every time you fly. Now I want to hear from you. What's the most surprising airline trick you've ever noticed? Drop it in the comments below, because the best travel intel always comes from real travelers like you. And as always, until next time, fly smarter.